welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Karina. Thanks for joining me on this video. Today I'll be showing you how to recreate this date night makeup look, as I like to call it. It's one of my to-go looks. I love this look. It's so easy to do. I feel that it looks more complicated than you would think, and it's not. And this is a look that can go with any clothing attire that you have. It's all about how intense you go with your colors, and you'll see through this video. But I love this this look, and I truly feel that anybody can do this. But it's very simple, and I hope you enjoy this video and you can try and do it yourself. So if you want to learn how to recreate this date night makeup edition, just stick around and let's get started. Now I have you nice and close and personal. So this is me without any makeup. I make sure to prepare my skin by washing it and making sure there's nothing on it. So I think everybody knows that. Wash your skin and prepare, because we're going to add products and we want to make sure that we have a smooth surface. So to help me with my smooth surface, or at least attempt to have a smooth surface, I do like to moisturize my face before I do anything. That helps my makeup stay and also keep, in a sense, your skin healthier. So I loving the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow moisturizer. So this is what it looks like. I really enjoy it. And on top of that, I am using the Watermelon Glow Dewdrops. So it's the same brand. They are a bit pricey, but it's amazing. The product, I think, is awesome. And if you're looking for a dupe and you don't want to invest in something so pricey, I do recommend e.l.f. The brand e.l.f. Has many products that are very similar to this line. Obviously, they won't have that watermelon smell, but they still do the job. So yeah, we're gonna start adding this to my skin. First this one, then I'll allow it to dry, and then I'll add the dewdrops. The dewdrops, what this does is it gives you that glowy skin look. Especially right now, my skin does tend to get dry during this time or this weather. I like to use the dewdrops just to give me that glowy look. I stay away from putting that on my T-zone, which is my oily area. So if you have oily skin and you don't want it to make it more dewy, then stay away from that. But then after that, and after all of that is dry, I go in with my primer. I have the Poreless Putty Primer and the Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. They're both from e.l.f. Highly recommend this products. You don't have to use both of them. You could use one or the other. I feel they're great for oily skin or dry skin, either or. I like them. I mix both of them, so I'll go in, put some, and then put some of this and mix it all in together and gently blend it in my skin. Just simply add it, pat it in, and allow it to dry. And now we get to the fun part, which is the ice. Okay, so I hope that the audio is still the same and the lighting, because I had some technical difficulties, so bear with me. But here we are again, second attempt, at least with this part. So now we're gonna go in with the eye look. So I like to start off with my eyes before I do the rest of my makeup, especially when I'm doing looks like this where I'm using dark colors. There might be some fallout. Yes, you can clean it up, but I feel like it's a waste of time. Might as well just do my eyes first and then the rest of my face. So I'll start off with any concealer that you have. I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealing Concealer. I'll take it and I'll just add a little bit here. Let it dry for a few seconds. You could use any concealer. It doesn't have to be that one, whatever you use. And then I'll take a beauty blender, if I can find my beauty blender. Here you go. And then I'll just go in here and pat it in. You could use your fingers too. It doesn't have to be a sponge or anything. And then once that's set, it doesn't have to be perfect, I'll take a brush and take some setting powder. I have the rice powder. Highly recommend this. I found this at Sally's Beauty. It's Palladio. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Rice powder. You'll just take a little bit and pat it into your eyes. What that does is help your makeup stay on longer, and also it goes on smoother. Now comes a really fun part that I enjoy, is you're going to need some tape. Yeah, some regular masking tape. You could use some washi tape, some, what are they called, scrapbook tape, whatever you call them. And I put it on my hand, and then take away that sticky part. You don't want so much because it's gonna go on your face. And then what I'll do is I'll put it as close to my waterline as I can, going up, and try to match the other side. Okay, this is gonna help me get that sharp look for my eye makeup look, especially for this eye makeup look. I don't do it for all, but for this one, I do. But again, you could use whatever works for you. This works for me. I've been doing this for years, and that's how it looks. Now that we have our tape lined up, nice and set, we can get started with this eye look. For this eye look, I'm going to use my go-to palette, and it's a very old palette actually. It's from the Kat Von D line. So I don't think they have this anymore. They might, I'm not sure, because I got it a long time ago. Now it's actually a different brand. Kat Von D sold her brand to KBD, and that's what it's called now. So you can find them by this name. I'm just not sure if they still make this palette, but I'm pretty sure you have something around, or you can go and look for a palette that has this type of colors. So the colors that I'm looking for this look are browns. So different shades of browns and then black. As you can see, this palette has all the colors that I need because I'll be using this one, a little bit of this one, and this one, and this one. So technically almost all the colors. So go ahead, find a palette that has those colors in your collection, and you can go ahead and use those. It does not have to be the specific brand. I guarantee you can use other browns and blacks and it'll work because I've done it. Something else that I like to use for this look is also my bronzer. This color is a great base color, so I'm going to use that one. You could use whichever bronzer that you have that's a light shade of brown. I'm using the Omega Bronze from Marc Jacobs. So I'll have this as my guide for my mirror. I can't do my makeup looking at the camera. I've tried it. It just doesn't work for me. So hopefully you'll still be able to see the look, but I'll be looking at the mirror and then showing you, okay? So taking a nice fluffy brush, I'm going to go into my bronzer. And you want to make sure that you're holding the brush like from here. Not like you're holding a pencil. I see a lot of girls doing that when they're starting to learn how to do makeup. They go in. When you go in like this, you're adding pressure to your brush bristles, and it's going to give you that harsh line that it's hard to blend out. So you always want to hold it from the end and go very lightly. Don't go in hard. Gently, you're going back and forth in circular motions. And you're going to do that all to your lid. All of it doesn't have to be perfect, but because we're using other colors, remember this is just your base. And I'll do the same for this eye. So let me finish that, and then we'll come back with the next. As you can see, now I have both of my eyes with that base color. And I'm going to take now my first shade of brown, which is this one, the lighter one. It's kind of similar to that color, but just a teeny bit darker. So I'm going to take in and add some product to this type of brush. So as you can see, it's almost similar to the first one that I used, but it's a little bit shorter, but it's still the same texture. I don't know if that makes sense. It's as soft as the other one, but it's shorter. Why? Because now I'm going to go in, I want like a harsher line, but I'm still not going in like this. I'm going in the middle, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did with that first color. You can see I'm going over it and just adding product there. And you can go a little bit, you can add more pressure than you did with the base color, but not so hard, okay? And that's how it should look. So now I have both of my eyes with that second shade. Now I'm going to go in with a mixture of this color and this one, and I'm adding it to a new brush. It's the similar texture or density of, is that even, I don't know what, I'm making up words. I don't even know. Whatever, you get the point. It's lo mismo, just a clean one. It's cleaner. It's a clean brush. So I'm going to go in with this and then this, okay? And then I'm going to take this brush, do not add a lot of pressure, and I'm going to go in the outer part of my eyelid and bring it in towards the middle. you're not going all the way in like you did with the two first colors. You want to stay more in the outer lid, move it towards the middle part. So something that helps is also doing it in circular motions, especially if you're starting. You can start like that. It doesn't have to be perfect because we still have to do a lot of blending. This is just a transition shade. So just keep doing that, working yourself to that color that you want. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can build this look to be something very dramatic to something very nice and mellow. For this specific look, I'm going with something darker, but like I said, I feel like this look can go with any outfit that you're wearing, depending on how deep you go in with the colors. So you can go with this and add a black eyeliner, a brown eyeliner, and you're good to go. But because I'm doing a night date look, I want to go darker. So I'm going to add more color of the same one so that I can make that color stand out more. So just go as dark as you want. Focus on those two colors. And again, here to the middle. That's it. Now that we have those colors all set, it's not perfect. You'll see that there's a lot of blending that needs to be done. So what you're going to do is take that second brush that you used for the second color, and without any additional product, just whatever you had left over, you're going to start blending the colors together. So what you'll do is you won't go all the way to the top. You want to stay right in the crease, and you're going in circular motions. You're going to take all those colors like this. So this is what we call blending. You're blending the colors out and you're not putting a lot of pressure into your brush. So this is going to help eliminate any harsh lines that you have on your with your colors. So circular motions. So yeah, and then you'll go in with your first brush that had the base color, which is this one, with no additional product, just what was left over, and you're going to go above. So don't bring it all the way to your eyebrow.
Just above, and very, very lightly, you're going to blend that out. Hopefully I can fix this one because it's kind of looking rough. I don't know why. It's giving me
so much difficulty now, but we'll make it work. Okay. So keep blending, keep blending, keep blending, and circular motions, not a lot of pressure, and it'll come out. And then after we're done with that, I'm gonna work still on blend. We have blended to our preference or to make it look nice and smooth. We're gonna go in with a black shade, really dark shade, and using very short brush bristles for this part, because we're going to go in the right at the corner. So we want to add pressure and make it very dark first. So having a shorter brush bristles will help make that color more intense. And at least that's what I think. I'm not a professional, but you get the point. It does the magic, and that's why I use it. So I'm going to take that. Make sure you do tap your brush because sometimes it does have a lot of fallout and we don't want it to fall on our face. Although I don't have any foundations, I already have my primer. So going in, I'm going to get closer to my brush. As you can see, I still don't want to put a lot of pressure, but it's going to have more pressure because my fingers are holding it closer. So what you'll do is go in like this, like if you were doing a black eyeliner, and you're blending it out, out. So as you can see. And then after I blend it to my preference as to how far I want it to go and end, I don't bring it all the way in. I start moving towards the inside of my eyelid, but not all the way. So you can see. And then I just keep going in. I add more product to make it more as intense as you want it. I'm gonna make it really dark, well, a little bit darker at least. And yeah, I'll work through that and go to my other side and continue with the eyeliner. So as you can see, the black can't get a little messy. It's not perfect, so what you'll need to do is take one of your brushes, either the second one or the third one that you use. Don't add any additional product, and what you'll do is do the same thing. Start blending out that black in circular motions. However, you're not going to take it all the way in. You're just going to do it where you stopped, and blend, 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 blend. So this is how I like to do it. Blend, blend, blend. And you see the difference of how this one looks? I don't know if you can really tell, but you'll notice that this one looks a little bit cleaner than this one, and then you continue working yourself. So it's just all about circular motions. It takes time, but that's what makes eye looks look good. I think one of the biggest errors that girls make when they're learning, or boys when they're learning to do makeup looks, is that they'll just add a shade and leave it and not blend it out, and then they're like, oh, it doesn't look good, or I don't like it. It's because you're not blending out your colors. It doesn't mean that you don't know how to do makeup. It just means that you need to blend out your colors, and by taking your time, that's what it takes. Time, obviously practice as well, and then your look will look cleaner and professional. So let me finish this eye. And as you can see, I've blended out the colors. It looks clean and nice. What I'll do to finish off at least this part is I did go in again with my first initial brush with that base color, and I added a little bit of that color and just blended up the top. I didn't bring it all the way to my eyebrow, but it helped clean the look a little bit more. So now I'm going to take a light shade like this. It's kind of like a beige color. And I'm going to take a brush that is flat. This one has been through it, but I really like it, so don't judge it. She still gets the job done. That's what matters. And I'll take this type of shade, color, and you're going to tap it in to your eyelid like this. Right in the middle. You don't want to go all the way to the corner because then you'll be washing off that black. And again, you can go back in with the black if you want it darker, if you were to go over that part with this shadow. But it's very simple. Not a big difference, but it does make that shadow stand out, the rest of the colors. So now this is a fun part because you get to pull this tape slowly, and you will see kind of like that mark here, which gives you that perfect line. This one's very nice. This one's kind of messy, but don't worry, you can fix that, and I'll show you how. So now we can clean our any fallout and clean the line here that is not perfect or under the eye, so that we can move forward with the rest of the face. So I highly recommend this makeup wipes, which helps me obviously take my makeup off at the end of the night, but also to clean up anything. I've tried so many makeup wipes and nothing seems to work, but this one I always go back to it. It's the holy grail. Like, you need this in your life. It's the Makeup Melt Bliss wipes. What I like about this one, since they're gentle on your face, also it does not irritate my eyes at all. I've tried other great products, but when it comes to wiping off my eye makeup, it's just horrible. It's like so painful. So this one's,
I love them and highly recommend them. So I'm going to take one and just clean any of the fallout here. Okay, and then if you want to make that line perfect, you just go with your nail. It helps having your nail because then you can wipe that perfect snatch line for your eye. So just keep working on that, bring it up, and this is how it should look, as you can see. So sorry for all the crazy faces I'm making, but
so this is what you should have so far. For with them yet, we still need to add the eyeliner and the lashes. I am going to do my face, which is because I'm not gonna have any more fallout. So I'm gonna start off by putting on some Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint. Highly recommend this product. It's amazing. I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference here in the camera with this lighting, but I'll just take a little bit. I'll add it to the bottom of my eye, and you'll see once you start blending it in, like just tap it in. Look at one eye and the other. I don't know if it's just psychological because I've been using it for too long, but I do see the difference right away. Person, you can see it. It helps brighten up your eyes. Highly recommend it. They have different shades. I use 120 peach. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Once that's set in, I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner. The eyeliner that I'll be using, I'll show you. You could use liquid, pencil, pen. There's different ones. I've tried just about everything, and especially when you're a beginner, that's one of the hardest things to do your eyeliner, or do the linea, like my niece likes to call it. So that cat eye effect, do my actual makeup. So now that eye brightener has settled in my skin, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. So use the KBD, which is a brand that I mentioned to you earlier, which is this one. I actually went to purchase a new one yesterday because I ran out of my other one. As you can see, I finished it, and here's this one. It's a brand new one. Well, I used it yesterday, but I use shade medium 033. This is the Good Apple. It has high reviews and low reviews. I think depends on your skin texture. I like it, and I'm oily here. Sometimes I'm dry, so I'm gonna go in with this. Usually for this type of foundations, you go in with a brush, like a foundation brush.
I don't like to put my brush on this type of products. I don't know, it just weirds me out. So I'll go in with my finger, my clean finger, and then I'll go in like this, like this, like this, and go as heavy as you want. Do you, girl or boy? But do that, and then with my brush, I'll start working that foundation in.
And after I work in that foundation, I do like to go in with a sponge, a wet sponge. So if you have a beauty blender, which they look like this, you wet it. Make sure that it's wet. I've heard a lot of people tell me, I never knew you were supposed to wet those. Yes, you're supposed to wet them before you use your product. Some people use them dry, but that's what they were made for you to add some water, run them underwater a little bit, make sure you take all the water out, and it's just damp. So you do that. Once I mix this or get the shade that I want, or the coverage that I want, I'll go in with the sponge and just, I'm gonna go in and finish this, and then I'll show you the next step, which will be the under eye and the eyebrows. I go in with concealer for the under eye. I'm using the Hydrating Camo Concealer, the one that I use as a base, remember? You'll take your concealer, and then you're going to add one here, a little streak here, then up, up. I put a little bit in my nose, here, 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 and here. Let's do a little heart. Oh, so sweet. Let it dry a little. It all depends on your type of concealer, but this one I do let it dry. Some concealers you can't let it dry because then you can't move or work with it. But for that one, nothing happens if you let it settle for a little bit. So what I'm doing right now, I'm spraying my sponge, although it's already moist. I'm spraying it with the Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist from e.l.f. I really like to do that when I'm doing my concealer. I find that it stays and it makes it look really nice and airbrushed.
So I'm just gonna go in and blend all that in. And you can see the difference on one side, right? It looks like it's pulling and just making it look natural. And then blend that in, blend that in.
So for my eyebrows, I use two different types of products. I use the Wet n Wild Ultimate Kit in the dark brown shade. It's this one. Looks like this. It's like $3 at CVS. And then I also started using the NYX Professional Makeup Lift and Snatch pencil. It's also like a marker. And this is for the more advanced. So once you get the hang of this, then you can move on to this. And also if you want that feather effect, that feathery eyebrow effect that most girls are rocking nowadays, this is what's going to give you that look. But I highly suggest that you stick to a regular crayon pencil or powder if you're a beginner. So what I do is I use the middle shade for the corners right here. And then I'll use the pencil or the marker, the lift snatch, for here. And I'm gonna like just draw out the hairs, because this one, like I said, it's almost like a marker, so you're technically drawing your own little hairs. So you can see, I don't know if you can see. So I'll do that. I'm gonna do that and come back. As you can see, my eyebrows are done and ready. Now I can move on to my eyeliner. So again, I'll be using this one. I'm just really liking this one, but I would suggest, if you're just getting started, to use a liquid liner or powder to help you too. You could even use a eyeshadow, a dark eyeshadow. Use the tape. I don't know if I mentioned it already earlier, but you could add some tape again before you do your makeup or foundation, and just guide yourself that way. I've got the hang of it, but I always start with the end of my eye, move my way up. I don't know if you guys can really see that. And then I'll just draw it back in. Always start with the end, not the inner corner. Many people want to start here. I start when I mean, this is the way that I learned, not professional, but I feel that this helps you have a more steady line.
And just go in towards the inner corner and go as thick or thin as you want. And that's it.
La línea. Snatched. I'm gonna finish this in the other eye. We have our linea done, our eyeliner, and it just takes practice, girls. Don't give up. You got this. So we're gonna move on to eyelashes. For eyelashes, there's two styles that I like wearing. The ones that I'm currently really liking, I'm usually not a very like full kind of girl. I like more of a natural look, but I'm really liking the Ayani, I think that's how it's called, 3D Fox Mink lashes. And girls, if you don't know about this brand, you need to get on it. They're at the dollar store. Yes, this was $1.25. It used to be $1, but now since Dollar Tree wants to play us and charge us $1.25, they're $1.25, but it doesn't compare to prices at other places where one pair of eyelashes can be $4. So these ones are the most natural ones, at least for me. They kind of look heavy though, but I already used them once, so this is another tip for you ladies out there. Do not throw away your lashes after the first use. You can get multiple uses of your eyelashes as long as you're cleaning them after you're done. So I already wore this ones once and they still look very good. I took all the glue off after I was done wearing them. So for this look, I'll be wearing this ones, but I usually like to wear Wispies, which are very famous, Ardell Wispies. They're my go-to eyelashes. So, but for this look, I'm doing those. And as far as glue, there's two options that I suggest, is the Duo or the Ayani. Same brand as those lashes, so $1.25. This one's also good, but with this one, my eyes do get watery, and with this one, I have no problems. And it's perfect for $1.25. I mean, come on. So yeah, I would go with this one first, and then this one. So I start from the end and then slowly start pushing in towards the inner eye. Okay. And then just like that. I'll let it sit there for a little bit. Once I feel that it's extremely like tacky, more tacky than it is when you first originally put it on, I'll go in with the tip of my fingers or my fingernails, or if you have those eyelash things, I don't use them, but I go in and press in my eyelashes. And that's it. There you go. You have your eyelash. Another tip is buy eyelashes that have a very, very thin strip. You don't want to buy those that are more of a heavy strip. This one's a little bit more heavy, but I've managed to work with them. This one's, you can barely see the here, the strip. So these ones are good for beginners. So also Kiss makes some really good eyelashes for beginners, and they are so light, so I highly recommend those. But I got the hang of wearing eyelashes, so from a girl that used to wear them every day, I don't now anymore, especially because of pandemic. Nobody got time for full eyelashes all the time. I have both of my eyelashes on, and we're gonna move on to doing my bronzer. For bronzer, there's two options you can use. So this one's the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. So as you can see, I love e.l.f. So e.l.f., if you want to sponsor me, you can. Just kidding. But it looks like this. And then this one is, if you want to splurge, is the Chanel bronzer that's very popular. It looks like this. So as you can see, it's almost similar. Either or, I use this one when I'm going out. So what I'll do is I'll just take a little bit again and put it in the areas where I want to contour. So you always want to go up, right? And I'm gonna blend it, so don't worry. This is just my outline. And then go like this, like this, like this, like this, this. Good thing is that you can add more with time. And then in my nose here, here. I know it looks a little intense, but don't worry, we're gonna fix it. And then with my beauty blender, well, first with one of my brushes, I'll go in and try to blend it in. Let me see if I brought that one. I might not have it. Oh yeah, here it is. Looks like this. I'll go in and start working on blending that in. And then to make it look more natural, I'll go in with my beauty blender and just like I did with my concealer, I'll try to blend in any harsh lines. So just work your way around. So right now it might look a little intense, but don't worry, girl. You're gonna blend it. Then we're gonna use our beauty blender to blend everything in and make it look nice and smooth and like you're a bronze goddess, or like you're snatched. So that's what contouring's supposed to do. It's supposed to make your cheekbones stand out and just. So right now, as you can see, I look crazy, but once I blend it out with my beauty blender from the side that had the foundation, it'll start working out. So let me work that in, and then we'll be back and we'll finish the rest of my face with blush. I'm going to add some eyeliner on my waterline and some additional black shadow here. And now I'm taking, once I blend everything in, as you can see, it gives me a little more color. I usually go heavy on the blush because my skin tends to like absorb that blush for some reason. So it might look a little intense right now, but trust me, by the end of the video, it'll probably go down. So now I'm taking that rice powder that I showed you at the beginning, and I'm taking some with my sponge like this, and I'm going underneath my eyes to set my under eyes. I just use just a tiny bit, not a lot. I don't want to go crazy with it. This just helps set anything and also prevent any fine lines, because we don't want those fine lines, you know. And then I put some on my nose, and then if you want to be super extra, you can contour your cheekbones more. And I'll let that set. While that's setting, what I'll do is I'll take what is, oh my god, I'm losing my words. My brush that I did the black eyeliner, I mean the black shadow. And then I'll just very lightly, not a lot of pressure, go underneath the eye.
With no additional product is what was left. And just be careful because you don't want to overdo it because then you'll look like a mapache.
And then you're going to take some black waterline eyeliner, and I'll do that. Also, another suggestion is for you to go on the top of your eyelid and do that as well. This helps open up your eye more. Then after that, I'll do the underneath, and then I'll put some mascara on the bottom. And if you want your eyelashes to stand out more, you can put mascara on that. And once I'm done with that, we'll do our lips and we'll do some highlight. And that's pretty much it for the eyes. As you can see, they're done. I added some mascara, and then I took off all the powder, the rice powder, with one of my fluffy brushes. Just took it off and patted some on my forehead. And then we can add some highlighter. Right now, I'm really liking, can you guess which brand? e.l.f. The Jelly Pop Glow Stick. Ladies, you need this. You need this in your life. Trust me. If you don't like watermelon, then you won't like this because it has that watermelon
smell again. It smells so good. So you'll take some like this with your finger, and then it's very glowy. And what I do is I take it all the way up here. I don't know if you'll be able to see here on camera, but girl, you can see the natural glow. I'm preferring this in the powdered highlights. I just really enjoy this one. You see? And then I'll do the same with this side. Go as much as you want, girl. Shine bright like a diamond. That's another thing that my niece loves to say, or loved to say when she was little. So I want to shine bright like a diamond. And then I'll add some here on the tip of
my nose, and then here. Of course, if you don't need to do the highlighting of the nose, a lot of people don't like doing that because wherever you're putting this product, you're highlighting it or emphasizing it. So if you don't want to emphasize your nose, don't do it. I also put some on the top of my lip, and that's a glow, girl. So for this look, I'm keeping it more natural. So I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury. Tilbury, is that how you say it? Yeah, Tilbury. One of the iconic pencils, Pillow Talk. Oh, my baby one. It's running out, but I can't let go. Thing is expensive. I think just the pencil is like $20. Yes, it is. And then for the lip color, I'm using the matte Revlon Ultra HD matte lip color. I don't know what the shade is, sorry. But I don't know if this is still out or is discontinued. And then on top of that, I'm using the ColourPop Luxe Gloss. So if you like the Rihanna lip glosses and all those glosses that she has, this one's a dupe for one of her newest ones. Same thing. Doesn't smell the same. Rihanna smells way better, but this one, it's like $4 and it does the same effect. The struggle has been real again to get this video up. Let me just tell you and share with you that it took me 3 attempts to do this video. This means I did this look 3 times for you guys. Because it was the lighting, then my camera, then the audio, then what else happened? Oh, my storage. That's just a mess. So, yeah. Hopefully this comes out good because, girl, it took me way too long. So those that make it look easier, if you think that making YouTube videos is easy, it ain't easy. Let me just tell you, it is very time consuming. So make sure you do your research and that you're ready for that because, ay Dios mío. Okay. And this is it. This is the final look for my date night edition, a makeup look, and my first makeup video. I hope that you enjoy it and that you got some tips and tricks for your date night look. Try it out. Let me know if it worked out, if anything helped. I really hope you enjoyed this video and stick around. Make sure you like and subscribe. How weird is that to say? But yes, if you do that, it allows you to also get notifications if you press on the notification button so that you know when I'll be uploading a new video. But thanks for joining me, and please do share your looks with me through my social media or anywhere. Tag me so that I can see your looks. Or if you want to see any other type of looks, let me know, and I'm more than happy to share with you guys. Thank you, and I hope you tune in on my next video. Bye!